I'm Brittany. I work in the operatory. I assist the doctor and I make our patients as comfortable as possible. I've never worked for anybody that seems to care for her staff like she does and really cares for her patients. The best thing about working here really is seeing people get the smile they've desired for years and seeing the outcome of happy tears and smiles.
Dental Creations on the square in Harrison, next to the Big Red Booth.
Here at Affordable Veterinary Services, we know whether working the farm or welcoming you home, they're not just pets, they're family. That's why when your pet needs help, call Dr. Regina Wilkerson and staff for compassionate, thorough care of all your pet's needs. Years of experience puts your best friend in good hands, providing preventative care, products, and services. Stop by and say hello, just 3 miles south of Harrison on Highway 7. Affordable Veterinary Services of North Arkansas.
At Affordable Vet, we're good for your pet and your wallet.
Let's go out to eat.
But I want to watch the game.
Why not do both? At Brick Oven Pizza Company. Delicious handcrafted pizzas, pastas, signature salads, oven-toasted sandwiches, and desserts. And with 11 big screens, you can see the game from any angle. Live music on select Tuesdays, Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday night. Beer specials. Over 60 different beers. At Brick Oven Pizza Company in the Fashion Center Mall, Harrison. Open at 11 every day.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
And welcome back to the Daily News Hour, where, once again, you never know what you're going to get. And tonight you're going to get Agentz of Khaos live in studio. And as with the bumper music you heard there, as provided by the incredibly talented and vivacious and smooth Dan R. Reynolds there. This is the ultimate form of juxtaposition, because that smooth jazz is definitely going to take a secondary role in seat tonight to pure heavy metal music. And providing that, Agentz of Khaos here, and we're going to go ahead and give a shout out. You guys walk down the line once again, tell everybody who you are and what you do in the band.
I'm Danny Goff, I'm the drummer. Jeremy Akins, bass.
Bobby Mangrum, I play guitar.
John Zillick, vocals.
Jason Austin, I play guitar, and I'm very proud to play nothing but ESP guitars for 10 plus years now.
As well as I.
Awesome. Very cool. And that's actually something very important that I want to point out to the audience tonight that they're obviously not aware of until we tell them. But when it comes to bands such as Agentz of Khaos, being, relatively a local group playing in the region and such, to be able to work with a company like ESPN and to be able to get those type of deals and hookups in the sponsorship and endorsements, that's huge, guys. And this kind of goes out to the kids. Seriously, because one of the things about the show is trying to encourage folks to know that you can do stuff, man. Not just don't be limited by where you're sitting.
Yeah,
and thinking that, well, no, there's Arkansas, man. There's nothing to do here but crawling days. Not true. Not true. So that's really cool.
Show.
There we go.
Often,
Right on.
As much as we can.
Well, when is your next gig coming up?
We're playing December 16th. It'll be out. It's at a house party, but it'll be
out there on Metal on the Mountain, I believe.
Metal on the Mountain.
It's on Red Oak Road out there off 206. It'll be plastered everywhere. So it's mainly for the locals and everything. We hardly get to play Harrison, but when we do, we try and get all the locals out there to have a good time with us.
Very cool. So now, when it comes to that posted everywhere, tell everybody where you guys can be contacted online via the web.
We got agentzkhaos.com. It's got all of our show information, music, live videos, all kinds of stuff. And then our Facebook page as well. We try to keep everything up to date on what we're doing as we're doing it. Plus, we're on Reverb Nation and literally any other of those social media facets that are out there.
Have to be nowadays. You have to be on everything. So.
Right, very true.
Any kind of social media, you can just probably type stuff and be on
We
there.
just released our new album, so we're trying to get it out there and get it heard. So.
Well, and that's what's well, and that's something. Now, you guys, look, I don't want to say old, but a little seasoned. And so, hey, listen, man, I know I'm not one to talk at all, for sure.
It just took that long to learn it.
Well, and with that said, when it comes to, well, I will assume that if you guys have been playing for at least 20 years, gigging around and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, once upon a time ago, 20 plus years ago, when I was kind of doing the gigging thing, it was a totally different world because there was no such thing as social media and all the other online platforms. It did not exist. The best you could do was have a demo cassette in your pocket and then hope to shop it around to some of the bars and everything and get picked up, let alone drawing up an audience outside of using a flyer.
Right.
That was the best you had,
It's
man.
like that's how Metallica and all the big four got famous, was doing exactly that, you know. So
that's why we try to play as many shows as we can.
Get our name out
by that way,
there.
by networking ourselves out there, but doing it that way.
Right
Try to
on.
keep it the old school still alive in the same sense of new metal, like the metal we do. So.
Yeah, and still keep up with modern times. You know, having a professional EPK, you know, press kit. That way, you know, like for right now, we're trying to gun for some more Rocklahoma, and we're really trying to get on the Axis stage. So we have to send them our professional profile. You know, what we've done, where we're going, why we're doing it. You know, what guitars we play, ESP.
Luckily, we have ESP
just
to
trying
help
to
us
keep
out
all
with
the you know, the top brands in this because they last the longest when we go to do this stuff. I mean, a 4-day festival is pretty hard on any kind of instrument.
Yeah.
But those keep going, you know.
So
Right on.
much punishment we put them through, they put up with a lot that we put them through. So
I've seen the clips, so yeah.
And even on our records too as well. All of our records don't ESPs too as well. So
All
great sound
leads,
comes through because
bass,
of them.
everything. Yes.
Right on. Well, see, now let me kind of step back on that just for a second, because when we talk about the old days and the way you would go out to get bookings and things like that, and then the way you would spread the word by way of flyers and things, and now you mentioned the electronic press kits, it really has forced bands to really step up their game, because you got to impress somebody in 10 seconds, man, whenever they click that link. So
yeah,
that's the truth.
First 5-10 seconds of your song is whether they're going to catch them or not.
That's right. And as a radio programmer for many, many years, it was always that way. When I put a disc in the deck, if you didn't grab me, then you're out. You know, and so it's a fight, and that's one of the things to kind of stress to the audience out there is that, you know, it's fun, it's the art, it's the creative, and it's the entertaining, but it is work as well.
It's a lot of work.
It's also a good portion of luck as well.
Right.
We're all lucky, fortunate to find all of us are all on the same page and want to write the same kind of music together. So that's really a benefit.
So, you know, I'll have fun playing in front of 5 people, let alone, you know, hundreds, you know. So, I mean, we try to play 110% everywhere, anywhere we go. So, I mean, it is truly something that we all love to do. It's fun, you know. It's good.
Yeah, we really like to pull people in to play with us. We do Seek and Destroy by Metallica as like a little cover tribute at the end. And I mean, we've had people from a band called The Salesmen. I think they originated from here. They've moved off to Fayetteville, but I mean, they've started here and they grew up here. We pulled in, who else have we pulled in? We did the Crane Technique. Those guys, we jammed a song with them once out at JR's Light Bulb.
One time we had Eddie come up too.
Yeah, the Dead Eddie show.
Kevin Graham.
Yeah,
Kevin Graham.
So I mean, we like to pull, you know, like I guess you call them a center of influence out of that particular area and pull them up on stage and throw down, and everybody's just kind of like, whoa, did that just happen? And I think that's kind of how we got our momentum.
Well, that's cool though. I mean, it really is. It's that type of synergy that comes inside of that you can only get from a live event and a live performance, and that is so very, very, you know. Again, we were talking before the show, when it comes to the way social media is going to change the world and the way people connect and interact and everything, we really do get lost, or we've kind of lost and forgotten what it was like to go to those live events, whether it's a small bar or a full-on arena. Right? That experience is just something awesome.
And there's nothing like it, you know. Either you go and check it out, or you're missing out, sort of thing, you know.
Exactly. And that's the fun part
Any
too.
kind of music, really, you know.
I mean, it's great to have the technology and all that to help us out and stuff, to branch out farther than what we normally could, but we still got to go out there and do the footwork like anybody else. And it's honestly, like I said, we're lucky enough to have fun doing it every show, hang out with anyone of our fans.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the whole reason we do this.
Yeah.
Part of some of that fun is actually taking those flyers out and going and passing them out 2 or 3 block radius before it even starts, because you'll run into some people that are like, should I go give them a flyer? I'm going. There you go, So there's just a nice experience to all of it.
Right on. Well, okay. Now we'll dial it back again one more time, because again we're going to get into the music here in the next segment, and just kind of you guys have provided some live footage from some of your gigs around the area and a little bit outside of the area, but we're going to kind of just throw it at you and then let you guys talk about it, and also talking about the venues themselves.
Okay.
But before we do that, I want to get back to being personal with you, Jeffy. So again, one thing being I love the fact that you guys you're gigging with the ties, man. That's cool that you have a look, and that's something that is it seems to be missing a lot when it comes to local bands. You guys are putting in the work for an image. So what's the story, man? Is there a story? How can Chaos be so?
This guy came up with it. I just think we're the agents of chaos. So if we dress like agents, it's kind of a cool gimmick. I thought, So, and the fact that
and at the time, I think a few of us were wearing some pretty questionable stuff that we didn't want to get on stage and stand next to. So, this is like a nice little medium ground.
I was probably the big stuck in the puddle on that.
That's what we're talking
about.
But
he had some
looks
really
good.
nice shoes.
It's a smooth look, I think so.
It's professional looking.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy it.
And people don't really expect to hear what they hear from us
Yeah,
after they see us dressed like this.
We're definitely a mix of like maybe 3 or 4 genres, and it's very evident. Like we've asked people, please tell us what kind of genre do you think we are, and they can't say thrash, they can't say black metal, they can't say any of that. They can't say power metal, they can't say speed metal, because it's really all of it all at once.
Of all of it.
It's good old metal.
It's
American metal. That's what we are.
Just kind of pump you, just again, punch you in the face and have some fun.
Metal, yeah.
Right on. Very, very cool. I'm going to switch back over here. All right, gang, we need to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with some sounds to take you through your evening and early morning hours, brought to you by Agentz of Khaos and the soothing symphony that can only come from a drop D tuning. Back in a moment.
Laundry. If only it was more fun. Now there's Wash World. It's a whole other world. Sure, you can do laundry, but you can watch TV, tan, shower, even Wi-Fi. You can do laundry and so much more. There's snacks and drinks, a play area for the kids, and Wash World is always sparkling clean and well lit. Make laundry fun at Wash World, or drop it off and they'll do it all. On the bypass in Harrison between the Ford and Dodge dealer, Wash World.
More than just propane, Breeze Propane provides you full-service propane delivery as well as tank and piping installation. We are your dependable choice, offering the very best in personal service with on-time deliveries and competitive prices. Breeze Propane also sells and installs tankless water heaters and appliances, and can even convert your gas cook stove to liquid propane. So no need to fuss and cuss about bad service. Call us at Breeze Propane. We greatly appreciate your business, and God bless.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
I do what I do because I believe in the hospice philosophy. I believe that patients and families deserve to go out with dignity, that their end-of-life journey is just a part of their story, and that story is just as important as when they were 20 years old, when they were 10 years old, whatever the case may be, that end of life is just as important as any other time, and I want to be a part of that, and I'm privileged to be a part of that.
Welcome back to the Daily News Hour. This is being filmed live Tuesday night, November the 28th, and of course going to be broadcast on the morning of the 29th, Wednesday. And I make this note only because by the time this one's over, well, you've been warned. There you go. So anyway, let's get back over here. We are talking with Agentz of Khaos live in studio at Hometown Television, and we're going to play some clips here in just a few. But before we get to that, and again, we've been talking about like the work aspect of everything when it comes to like being a working band, and then also the what you really get from a live show, regardless of genre, regardless of venue, what a live show gives you. Because again, you're connecting with people, and not just the band itself, but then also the other people who are there having a ball with you. So that's something that seems to be getting so lost. But I want to kind of point out something. Listening to some of the clips, and I've only had just a little bit of time to like kind of go through just a few that you guys brought me. But what this is, I don't know. I just really want to drive this home to everybody who's watching tonight. Excuse me. That when it comes to a good live band, a good live band, the experience itself is, for me personally, I know it's very motivating and pumping, but in general it is, because once you get to touch, taste, and feel what's being created from the stage, man, that's awesome. And this is going to be like, some people are going to see this as a very hard punch in the mouth when it comes to our neighbors to the north up in Branson. But I have to say this, because now back a couple months ago, we were at the Balloon Festival, and they had everything set up down at the airport, right? The band that was there that night, it was a country act, and I really wish they changed their name because I can't remember it to save my life, but they were so good. They were polished, they were solid, they were coming out of Nashville and everything. They just wrapped their first album. They were so good. Now the reason I bring that up is because just like what we're going to see in your clips here in just a few, is the fact that a good, polished band has a hunger that you don't hear from the quote-quote professionals up in a show in Branson. Now, this is not to knock the talented folks out there, because there are a lot of very talented people in Branson, Missouri doing their thing, and that's cool. However, though, it gets stale. It does. They don't have that drive. They don't have that, let's go beat the streets and hand the flyers out. They don't have that. We've got to fill this random hall and then never be back here for another 3 months. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
it's
again,
like college ball versus pro ball. The
exactly.
Pro ball, they're already getting paid. They're already just playing. College ball, I got to get that contract and play harder.
Exactly.
That hunger to get better.
And you feel it in the audience, and that's what you guys bring to an audience and what an audience can expect. So let's see here. I'm going to pull up a clip. Now, this is going to be a little interesting the way we've got to do this, but we're going to, first off, we're going to go far out of the area first. We're going to take you, America, to, where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this clip for the audience out there. I pull a clip from this one and just kind of throw it out there. We're going to kind of jump around a little bit. We're going to unplug so you guys can hear. And then we'll let it roll for a couple minutes, and then we'll come back and let you guys talk about the venue and all this. Now, this one was out in Fort Smith. Yep. At Heroes.
Heroes Bar, yeah.
All right, here we go. Agentz of Khaos live in Fort Smith. So, there we are. Okay, that was Fort Smith. There's a place called the Heroes. Tell me about the night. Tell me about the gig. Tell me about the place. What was that like? And that was like, well, you guys came out of the box, man, just bam! I like Bam. Bam is good.
It's like a big, long hallway type situation, but it's great for music, and that's our second time we've got to play there. And you know, all the locals come out and pack the place, so it's always a good time.
Right.
And it's got a good sound for the size of it. It's got a real nice sound for on stage and off stage. It's very comfortable.
Is that the night that they had the big stage riser?
Yeah, they had that drum riser.
Yeah, the drum riser up to your shoulder.
You could basically hit the lights with your sticks at that point.
Wow. And they had beautiful murals of different artists painted on the wall. Like
Yeah.
they had a Jimi Hendrix one, was that?
Yeah.
It's a
Who
cool
else
bar
was
to
on
check
there?
out.
David Bowie was on there. Something that you knock out.
Have you guys played there before?
Yeah, that was our second time that we played there.
See, you were good enough to go back.
Yeah.
See, America?
And cool staff to actually made me my own personal pot of coffee.
That's good. Folks don't realize
I'm forever in debt.
Hey, you know.
You got good coffee.
Yeah, you got great coffee. Thank you. Saved our night.
Well, see, that's one of those things that people don't understand that is very, very important when it comes to this, because it really does mean a lot when you've got a venue that actually takes care of their acts.
Right.
That's definitely one of the venues that helps us out a lot.
Yeah, they're always really respectful and really nice, and we're always grateful for them to let us play. You know, so.
Right on. Now, let's see here. So now you still owe Stephanie some devil horns, man. There we go. We aim to please when it comes to the audience on this end too. We're working hard for them, kids. So never forget that at the end of the day, we are all still the shaved trained monkeys dancing above the stage. So.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to again coming back to that venue, how did you guys get hooked up out there? What was the booking process?
Honestly, we played at Shooters, which is another spot down the road first, and just one of the bands that we performed with invited us to come play with them there, and then of course the owners hit us up for the second show, which is awesome, you know, and they've asked us to play back a couple of times since then. We just haven't been able to make it there yet, you know.
Well, which leads me to my next question when it comes to, now you guys are pros, man. You're doing your thing, you know, and I'm sure with your rehearsal schedules and everything else, but you also are normal dudes who have jobs.
Yeah.
So let's do the list again. So Danny, tell everybody where you're at.
I'm assistant manager at Brick Oven Pizza, so local here in town.
Okay.
You know.
Right on.
I work at Department of Technologies.
Out of Berryville.
I sell
Yeah.
insurance. All kinds.
I'm looking for work still.
Oh, hey,
I'm a full-time musician at this point right now. So.
Full-time musician. That's all we need.
I don't ever get a day off.
You don't get a day off.
It's always work for me, but.
You better
That's
answer that
understandable.
phone when I call.
What are you doing, Shred?
I work in our little family business, building houses and everything that comes along with it.
Right on. So you're actually really, out of all these schmoes, you're the one working for a living over there.
That's why he's tired.
And understandably.
They do beautiful work. A lot of lakefront type stuff. His family built my parents' deck, and it looks something like off Big Cedar Lodge. I mean, they're really talented.
Oh, well, throw a shout out, man. Get a plug, book some stuff, man.
Yeah.
So that's important. Okay, well, cool. So again, establishing the fact that when it comes to bands who are working so hard to actually be able to be sharp and to be ready to get on stage, and you know, this is one of those things that I think it's a little lost in the modern generation, because everybody can do it, right? Everybody can do this stuff. Everybody can be
easy.
Yeah, it's just the easiest stuff in the world. But the reality is, the true pros, they understand that when you're on the stage, you are one step up because you earned the spot, and it's your turn and your opportunity to show why. And that's the trade-off, right? It's like you're down here, you're up here. It doesn't make you better, but you better be.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Lots of hard work.
Right.
Like twice a week, every week, you know.
There you go.
And try to do at least 2 shows a month, you know, unless there's more opportunities than that, you know, then we try to play as many as we can, but
You
with
only
work and everything else, it makes it challenging at times.
you only get back what you put out. So we always try to be high energy, crowd participation, Yeah, it's one of our goals.
He's probably one of the most epic headbangers and plays at the same time. And I don't
really
know how
is.
he can play and do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd
he'll
fall
go
over.
for an
I've
whole
been
hour.
dizzy a couple of times.
It reminds me of Cliff Burton when it comes to that. I mean, he's just on point and
I keep
headbanging
waiting
the
for
whole
him.
time.
Yeah, I keep waiting for him to fall down.
Yeah.
From dizziness.
I haven't fallen
It's
yet.
amazing.
Not once.
I hope not. He's gonna fall
If you haven't been out to
behind
the show,
on
you
me.
need to come see that.
All right, well, like I said, and we're doing random pulls from some of those shows. We'll see if we can find one of those highlights there. And this is going out to the hub out there at Dogpatch. And so we're going to kick over there, and we shall, let's see if I can get it queued up a little bit. Again, this is like totally random here. They don't even know what I'm hitting them with when we're talking about all these. But it's fun like that. So let me do this. See now those ESP guitars right there, man. It's like when you guys when you joined up there, coming out of the vocal line back into that I'll say main verse, if you will. I love that, man, because it's got that you're teetering. Yes, and it's teetering right there on that old school Iron Maiden. I love that synchronized guitar. Yeah, I just absolutely love that. Look, dude, I'm not even playing. I'm getting goosebumps. I mean, I love it.
Awesome.
Hey, you know what? Dude, I'm not even playing. I mean, that's just amazing. So now that was out at the hub, and that was back in, was that May?
Yeah, May. It was last year for a wedding, actually. We were at work party for a wedding.
That's boy, now that's something that's pretty epic, man, for a wedding.
Holler out to Eddie and Karen.
We thought
Thank you, Eddie.
wedding was really cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
Real
That
was
awesome. Neat venue to play as well. That stage and the whole big octagon type, area inside of there. It sounds amazing. Yeah, they're cool too.
Yeah, that was a bonus.
Actually, my daughter ran the lights from upstage. They had a whole bunch of, switches that ran it, and she ran the sound for us and Sound Pilot. Sound Pilot was there.
Yeah.
And I mean, just on point the whole time. She was walking on cloud nine when she came off there. She's like, "Let's buy all kinds of light controls." Those big boy toys right there.
How old is she now, man?
She's 11.
Wow.
Fixing to be 12 on the 27th.
Where's the time go?
We took her to a Halloween concert they had for all ages up in Mount Vernon, and she sold like $160 worth of T-shirts. I mean, the little girl, she's sharp.
It's a family affair. Our wives help out.
Family,
girlfriends, whoever's around, everybody pitches in. It's really a family affair.
So, and speaking of which, looking at the comments out here, Ted Layton, just do you want to comment that you play so hard you lost your teeth.
No! We're not going to talk about that. Wait till our
Good job, Ted.
Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Brother Ted.
That's good. He's laughing hard right now.
Once again, when we got on stage, I guess we really threw down everything. So that's right there.
Nothing's off limits.
We don't just leave our hearts on the stage. We leave teeth and
whatever.
This portion of the program.
I just want to understand why you had to stomp on it like a runaway quarter or something.
Get back here.
This portion of the program brought to you by Dental Creations on the Square in Arizona. That's funny, man. But that's great. That's rock and roll, man. That is absolute dedication.
It's about 3, what was like 2 in the morning or something.
We played
we were
late
so tired.
night. Yeah.
Well, now the elephant's out of the room, since you're talking. But
Of course, he's gonna bring up the one thing that happened with me. Nobody else.
He brings it up every time you see
Yeah,
him.
he's one of our diehard fans. He's a great guy.
He's a great guy. Big time Maiden fan.
Comes out to see us every time.
Yeah, every time he's out there.
How many shows did you say he's seen? Like, I don't know,
hundreds.
I mean, yeah.
He'll
He'll
come
come.
to Japan and places.
Metalhead Ted, put it in the comments on how many you did.
Yes, please do.
Well, actually, that's how long have you guys been together?
About 5.5 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're all friends before we really kind of started playing music. I think that's what kind of makes our little energy work a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know.
Probably the newest one to the group was me.
Mhm.
A little less than
But
a
he
year ago.
fell right in. I mean, he's just got
Yeah.
the right personality. He's same like us. I mean,
Showed up to practice one day, just kept showing up.
Yeah.
Super talented.
Squatters' rights.
that's right.
Went on over
So now, where did you move in from?
from Texas.
What brought you up here?
Just want to change the scenery. Got tired of living in the city, really.
You got it.
The funny part of it all is I wasn't even looking for a band, and a friend of ours from Pyro hit us up and he's like, "Hey, these guys are looking for new vocalists. Go try out for them." I was like,
And
"I
it was
don't know."
literally like a week, or so since
Wow.
when we lost it. So it was just like stroke
Picked
of
him
luck
right back
straight
up.
up.
Yeah.
Like after practice, it was just like, "Oh, look at each other, like, all right, cool, I'll be back next time. Continue on from here."
Well, and that's funny because, again, being the old guy in the room, I wear that mantle. I can handle it.
Deep breath.
But when it comes to like the dark metal and things like that, as I've been watching Bobby for years, man, and it's like just I love the music, but the vocals kill me. Because it's like
my background is nothing but death metal. So when I got with this band, I was asked repeatedly, "Can you get more clarity in there?" So I've been getting better and better through the time of doing
The
this
album
too.
actually sounds really
Yeah.
good.
It does.
Compared to what it used to be to what it is now, it is dramatically changed.
right on. So I want. Hey, can we get him tied over here because I got to see this right here, and this is like with no microphone or anything else. Give me a really good just roll something, man. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now I know how you feel with the whole Ted thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I take back that last thing earlier. It's easy. It's easy.
I'd fall under it coughing if I even tried.
Did that get you?
Wow.
Did you need another one?
No, you stop encouraging.
No, don't make me do it.
Wow.
We,
Okay.
Like I said,
so,
my background was death metal, so when I transitioned to this band, I just lightened it up, and I have a lot more fun because I can run on stage more and have fun. And keep that
you would
energy out.
pass out before. You would like in that one run right there. You probably used up half the oxygen.
Plus
in
the
this room.
windmilling, all the windmilling I do. 'Cause I try to keep up with him as best as I can too, because I don't have an instrument, so I got to throw my hair.
Oh.
Some kind of show.
We do some synchronized
Yeah,
head
it's-
banging and stuff.
Right
on
on.
stage, so.
Well, that's awesome, man. And again, show is so important. Music is great, very important, of course, but the show. And again, like I said, kudos when it comes to the look, and that's so very, very important. This portion of the program brought to you by Ricola. And,
Good stuff. It works.
so Hefner Leon is shouting hello to you guys right
Sweet.
now.
Hello.
And to answer your question, Ted was saying 15 times in 4 different countries.
There we go.
There we go.
Boy,
There it is.
that's not like that.
4 different countries.
Yeah, right.
Wow, 4 different countries. Now, I'm sure there's some facetiousness going on in there.
No, he's an Army vet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
veteran.
been all over.
Veteran, yeah.
Oh, right.
He's part Viking.
Yeah.
Viking.
That's where you're like, you can joke about the teeth all you want, pal.
Yeah.
Say what you
I don't know if
want.
he's full-blood Viking, but he goes to Viking things, so that's
Yeah.
good
Close
enough for
enough.
me.
Yeah, close enough.
Where's the kilt?
Where's the kilt?
He wears the kilt, yeah.
Because he can.
Because he can. We'll just leave it
Because
there.
he
That's right. Because he can. That's how that works. So we're going to take another quick break, guys. We're going to come back. We're going to talk a little bit more about Agentz of Khaos because this is what I'm talking about right here. This is local television done right because you got the real local color and flavor right here live in the Hometown TV studios on a Tuesday night, rebroadcast on a Wednesday morning. Because why? Oh, it's always nice to do it twice. We'll see you in just a moment.
Serving breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a little history.
Say what?
That's the Neighborhood Diner in Harrison. Since 1952, folks have enjoyed delicious food and conversation. Jared and his staff continuing that fine tradition, treating you like family, with true hospitality and that unmistakable taste of home. If you've never been, treat yourself today. If it's been a while, come say hi. That great food you know and love is being served right now, with a little history, on Main Street in Harrison, the Neighborhood Diner.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
The difficulties of a funeral or any end-of-life service can be challenging. It's expensive, confusing, and emotional. At Markinson Funeral Consulting, our fully trained staff helps in planning and negotiating your end-of-life service with the funeral home of your choice. We can provide a full list of all your costs and options and even give you a price comparison. On average, we save our clients 50% on their end-of-life services. Contact Markinson Funeral Consulting today to find out about our discounts and our 100% free, no-risk guarantee.
So there I was, naked as a jaybird in the shower with soap in my hair and eyes when I lost water pressure down to a dribble. I immediately grabbed my towel and dialed up Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service. Jake came right over and fixed my water pressure. Now I can take my showers with confidence. Just call Jake.
For all your sales and pump needs, just call Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service, 870-431-5445. He offers high-quality stay-right products.
Welcome back to the Daily News Hour, where the news is always fresh because we make our own, and that's what makes this place work so very, very well. To everybody who's watching on Facebook right now, we truly appreciate you being there, and I would appreciate it even more if every single one of you would take the time to go ahead and share this live stream, because once it's all said, done, and over, guess what? It's archived forever and ever, and we want to keep growing the show so we can keep bringing in really cool guests such as Agentz Of Khaos, who are joining me live in studio tonight. And these guys are great, man. It's like I'm loving the conversation that we're having here and learning so much about the band, getting a few little nuggets. We got one more clip that we'll come back to where we'll talk about AJ's. Here in Harrison.
Oh, yeah.
So, you guys, how many times have you guys played out at AJ's?
Just the one time.
Just the one time?
Yeah.
Tim, get on the horn, man.
We loaded that
That was
place
an
up.
awesome
It was
night.
an amazing place. Sound Pilot played with us, and Leadfoot did as well. And I mean, there wasn't
Yeah,
parking at all.
It's a fun spot to play.
Great.
I definitely want to go back.
Right on.
The very first metal band ever booked in my house.
Oh,
Yeah,
even
it was
better.
awesome. First metal band to be booked down there. That was kind of nice.
We are the first metal band to ever be booked at AJ's. It's like 5 minutes from where we load in.
Yeah, that's
Everybody down there, just great people. I mean, you couldn't ask for other than just having to carry your stuff up in
2 flights of
stairs.
stairs.
Right.
Keep seeing shapes.
Small
That's
price.
small price.
Thank you, AJ.
It's a great place.
Oh, right on. Well, that was quite the plug there. And like I said, we're going to Sarah Kyle in tomorrow,
Nice.
so
Sweet.
that'll be fun.
Great.
So, yeah. Ring a ding, baby. Ring a ding.
Digits.
Very well. And again, that's another thing too, that when we were talking about venues and being in this area, it's tough to find them.
Right.
They
yeah.
really are, and it's for whatever reason. I mean, because I've seen a lot of folks who came and gone over the years trying to open places up and do stuff. It's really tough here. It really is. It's like Ron Hutton had opened the station out just south of Harrison proper. You know, he put together. I don't know if you guys got a chance to go out there and just take a look, but it was at one point the Agave's restaurant. And
Yeah.
I think it was something else for a second, and then he put in the station. And as far as bars go, it was one of the best bars I've seen as far as its layout and design, look and feel.
Cool.
It was great, but unfortunately, though, you know, location, who knows what it was, but things didn't seem to go so very well out there, and that's unfortunate.
I think
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Elevate Sports is starting to put on, is like a
Really?
music venue now, and they're starting to put on shows and stuff. So that's another thing to look into. It's pretty
Now that's over
Pretty
at
cool.
the
on Cottonwood.
yeah,
there.
the old Millbrook now. The what's
Yeah.
the name of it now? Bobby, you're a real estate guy. Or no, you're an insurance guy.
It's Millbrook, isn't it?
No, it's not Millbrook anymore. It's what is it? What is it called now?
Yeah.
Winkler Logistics. Ladies and gentlemen, Jody Marshall is our field producer tonight. Winkler. So, yeah, and Joe Odie Bridges says the 417 loves you guys. So,
Awesome.
yes.
Thank you.
So that's very, very, very good.
Yeah, he gave us one of our first shows out of town.
Right on, where at?
So, up in Springfield we played the Outland. It's a bar down there. Definitely awesome.
Very, very cool place.
Yeah, and then the front of the house lounge we've played there a time or two now. Actually, the April 15th show is going to be at the front of the house lounge. So, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
That is going to be awesome.
Now, when is it again?
April 15th.
April 15th.
Yeah.
You got plenty of time to get your tickets, gang, and also go ahead and get the album so you can be fresh and ready. So now,
the lyrics with me and all that stuff.
Make a great Christmas.
No one will be able to do that. There you go.
Great Christmas.
Now, actually, when it comes to the album, they get it at agentsofkhaos.com.
That's right.
And, of course, the spelling on that is insane. AGENTZOF. Is it all one word, though?
It's Agents with a Z and Chaos with a K.
Bring it on around.
We like to bring chaos whenever we get the chance. We're doing
You did here. We saw that earlier.
Every time we can.
But now, when it comes to the album, what formats do you have it available in? Is it digital? Is it hard copy? What you got?
Well, right now we're doing hard copy pre-orders. We're really trying to drive it up. We do have some previews on our actual website, agentsofkhaos.com. The pre-orders, we're taking $10. It's going to be a nice little fold-out. It's going to have a little something special on the inside. Any of the fans that had commented on our post will actually be listed on the inside of our album. So the first 50 is like the special.
Yeah.
And after the next 50, it'll it'll be a little bit more standard. But the first 50 is the one you want to get in on if you're going to get one.
Right on.
And if you'll just send us a message, we'll definitely hand deliver it if you live close enough or on the way to a show. We always thought it would be kind of fun to go hand deliver a CD. We haven't done that in a long time, and it just
instead of Christmas caroling, it'll be chaos caroling.
We like to think outside the box sometimes.
But again, will there be a digital album available?
There will be. We're going to make
trying
that
to get it on
available
Spotify
Right
and iTunes, all that sort of stuff. So I mean.
Yeah, well, but I'm glad that you guys are still putting out a hard copy too.
We really wanted to drive that home because the last time, if you do buy CDs, it's normally just a little. You open it and there's a CD and there's a little deal. We got the one that accordioned out.
Yeah,
you can actually kind of take a look at what we really got going on. And,
again, showing age around here, you guys probably remember albums and how cool they were.
Oh yeah, That's something to look at while you're listening.
Check it out.
That's kind
And that's why it's taking so long for them to come out. We're putting so much into them.
Well, see, that's awesome.
Totally worth it.
Again, it's all about the show, whether you're live or when you're bringing it home. That's so very cool. I want to cut over here to AJ's real quick because, again, Tim, Sarah, give them a call. Oh, wait, what happened? Let me come back over here. Oh, that's never good. Okay, so let's fix that little technical glitch. But what we'll do is while we're doing that, if you look in the bag right there, that'll take care of that. I made a foobar, kids. So I made a foobar. But what we're going to do is we're going to cut to a clip out there at AJ's real quick and entertain you for just a moment. Be right back. Man, that was great. I absolutely love that. That was cool. Even in the middle of the technical glitch, I was still paying attention, gentlemen. Yes, I was. It's one of those things, Tim to kind of step back when we're talking about like the CDs and having the hard copy and everything, and then making digital stuff available. It's really cool because our daughter, she's taking after Dad, and she's really digging music, and so I've got her. Say what you will, and if you don't say it right, I'll punch you in the throat. But really got her tuned into Kiss. And so she loves Kiss, and it's like we've got the CDs rocking in the car and everything. But like my father-in-law, he had brought a demo home from Toyota, and they don't have CD players anymore. And she was so mad, man, because like for real, it's like everything is going like either satellite or Bluetooth. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like, dude, even CDs are gonna go away.
That sucks.
Yes, it does, man. It's like, she's angry about it. She is almost 8, and she's angry about that. And I'm proud of that because,
Kiss was probably one of the coolest shows I've ever seen live. We went and seen them in Kansas City when they were around.
Right on.
And they, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they got a heck of a show.
Well, and actually, that kind of goes to show that influence there, too, because all you guys said, Kiss, yeah! And it shows by way of what you're willing to put out. And so when it comes to actually putting on a show, so that's important. And then also putting something out that is very cool. So let's see here. We are going to, for the sake of broadcast, I gotta close this out. But you guys up for staying live for a little bit more?
Sure, why not?
We're going to do that. So what I'm going to do for the sake of broadcast is I'm going to go ahead. I got to do this real quick, and we're going to stay live online, but I'm going to go ahead and roll the credits. So just say if you're watching in the morning, kids, you should be sure to be a part of the Daily News Hour online over at Facebook so you can keep carrying on with the conversation, because it's kind of important, because you never know, once again, what you're going to get. Where did that go? Where did I put it? I don't know. I should know. There it is. This is where I talk about everybody, well, actually, where we just put their name up so everybody knows who did what, because every one of them is important, including tonight, Alicia. Normally she handles the online producing and everything, but now she's behind the camera tonight making all that magic happen. So anyway, we're going to roll this real quick, and we're going to be right back to more of the live stream with Agentz of Khaos, live at the Hometown TV studios in Harrison, Arkansas. Come back over. And welcome back. Now, this is the online exclusive part. If you were watching on broadcast, you don't know this exists because you're not there. Oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be talking to this camera. Oops. Hey, I'm over on this camera right here. I've got Agentz of Khaos over here. Dude, I got excited because we've had a great conversation over the past hour, and that's been awesome. And I know I appreciate that a lot. And I love the fact, and I want to point this out to everybody in the audience, that, again, you know, I think coming from an old school, people would get so caught up in stereotypes for genres. You know, you got the hair, man, you got the piercings, you got the tattoos, you must be, you know, licking the devil's boot and moonlit night and all this other stuff. And it's just not true, you know, and you guys are just some upstanding fellas and everything, doing your thing day in, day out, and then also taking the time to put in the work, to put in the rehearsals, to put on a live show for 5.5 years now. Yeah, and that's admirable. That's awesome. It really is.
Everybody
because
has to have their little hobby. You know, some people obsess about cars. Some people obsess about doing, you know, extra jobs, this, that, and the other. This just turns our gears a little bit more than normal, you know. And even if we don't have practice, I mean, 1 or 2 of them are jamming with somebody doing something. It's just a normal thing.
Just to play, you know. It's like I try to stay on the instrument as much as possible.
But it's so important. I mean, it really is, but it goes to show. It's like, you know, like Jody over there, our floor producer, you know, he's another guy that I got to get on the show too, because this guy right here, I know I'm like totally like shifting the focus for a second, but he's one of these guys that is he's such a hard-working fellow when it comes to the music scene around here and what I've seen him do. And it's great because actually I met Jody the same way I met Bobby through Ozark Idols, man, because we did Ozark Idols too. Was that 2010? Or, yeah, that was awesome, man. I got to get that clip to show folks again.
It's been a minute since that was.
Yeah, was that 2010 or 2011? I'm trying to remember.
It was 2000. Awesome.
And then,
shout out to you, Shelby Blackwell and the Blackwell 10.
Let me get another shout out to my bestie Louise. I'm going to take
Oh.
a video here.
and she's up in New York, and she's very young.
Unique New York. Is that where it's at?
Say hi to Louise.
New York.
Hey, what's up, Louise? Agent's Chaos.
Go to agentsofchaos.com, Lola. You'll love it. And but Jody, we met on Ozark Idols 3, didn't we?
I think so.
Yeah. So and that was 2014.
Long time ago.
Yeah, I know, man. I can't remember if it was 13 or 14.
No, I've been playing the Southern Confession since 2013, so it was before that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because you were at Jasper.
Yeah, because that's where we met. We met out there at Jasper. Wow.
I believe I was a judge on one of those too. Remember that?
Yes,
With,
that was
the Space
3.
Cowboy, Jason Jones.
Yeah, that was
and,
that was 3.
And that lady's name, I can't remember.
And that was Katie McCrite. She's a local author here. Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
Man, I'm telling you, there were some other dark things that were happening during that time. A lot of folks know about it. Things did not go well with Ozark Idols 3.
Oh, no.
There were some issues there. But it was fun, though.
I had fun.
Yeah, it did. I mean, it really was. And it was one of those things to where the hope and the goal and all that, more so than just like aping off the national thing, its purpose was to get people to come up out of the woodwork and kind of show their talents and everything. And I know when we did the first one back in 2009, that one was great. When I first opened the door to it, it was like I was looking for more than just like karaoke singers. But I wanted everybody, man. If you played an instrument, if you juggled, if you would punt a cat across a room with finesse, I was cool with that. You know, I wanted all of it. Man. And
PETA.
Oh, PETA.
I don't care.
Great.
Tag them, hashtag PETA, doesn't bother me, which is funny. You know, it's like, you know, I don't know if you guys heard. Totally off topic, but sort of the same. I don't know if you guys heard, but like with the Turkey Trot Festival over in Yellville. You know, PETA, of course, has always had an issue with them throwing the turkeys out there. We've seen that happen. They're fine. They get caught. They get taken home and
They
clubbed.
just shouldn't throw them up first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually from Yellville.
See,
So,
yeah.
I was born in Yellville.
Oh, okay. So, but it's funny. I just got a release like a month ago that Tommy Lee, Motley Crue's Tommy Lee, he's actually jumping on the bandwagon saying, "Stop it!" So it's like, dude, what happened to you, man? Calm down.
Yeah.
So,
He wanted to flip the turkeys.
well, to save them. To save them.
To save them.
So,
Big turkey season.
Christy Miller and Sherry say, "What's up?"
What's up?
Shelby Vale says, "Woo, I-O." So I think they were just looking. And Rachel Nola, she loves you.
Do you know which one
that's
that one
Shreddy's
is?
girlfriend.
Who's
Shreddy's old lady.
That's my girlfriend.
Oh, okay, good. So she just loves you. You guys
she
are
doesn't
okay.
love the
She don't
rest.
like
But she did say you guys. So. That's pretty awesome.
Look at him being cool now. He's really going to talk a lot now.
So, and again, though, guys, be sure to share this particular stream right now, so you can help keep spreading the word about Agents of Chaos. And also, hey, this show, let me help grow this thing. Give it a like, give it a share, say good things about my mama. She appreciates it.
You bet.
Yeah. But again, it's like we continue the conversation because I think there's more to be said when it comes to what you guys do as local musicians. Because again, it's one thing to offer entertainment to people, but it's another thing that I don't think people really understand is how much encouragement you can offer to the younger folks out there who don't realize that they can do it too. Because isn't it funny? Again, that older thing now. But I remember growing up in the 80s, going into the late 80s and early 90s and everything. It's like there was always that one select sect that, you know, was the rock and rollers, you know, the performers, you know, in junior high, high school. And we did our thing. I don't see them anymore.
No, it's a bit blend. A lot of newer music nowadays, people tend to be on the same level as that. You don't have a split. And if you do, you don't really realize it. Like a lot of the like Black Dahlia Murder, I mean, that's a great band. You wouldn't have thought they were that because they're not the kind that walk around in chains and this, that, and other.
Right.
They look like a bunch of skaters that live just north of Canada. That's just, and they're amazing. I mean, they're just amazing.
Talk about shredding. Brutal.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
like,
Guys are
in my opinion, they're like the technical version of Rush.
Wow.
You know, more modern version. I mean, they're just all over the place. They're very metal.
Well, but kind of bringing it back down to the local level, I don't see the kids around here doing it.
Well, there's a band that one thing that I have liked about being in this band is we have played with so many different bands and we've met so many other people.
The salesmen, like when we started out,
yeah.
they were like 15, 16 years old, you know, playing alongside, and I mean, geez.
See, and that's so important.
They were really, really good.
They have a lot of
They are really
Carried them with us. Thrice Cursed is, you know, he's a younger kid.
And they're
too.
getting
He's like
older.
19, you know, and he's starting out another local band around here, so. they're
Well, see,
getting
and that's
started.
so important. Get me hooked up with these guys. Let's get the word out for them because again,
networking is networking musicians.
Mhm.
I mean, that's probably one of my favorite things about this. Like I've networked 4 or 5 people that didn't even know existed until I said, "Hey, why don't you guys try something together?" And now they're on like their 4th or 5th practice. So hopefully they sound cool.
Right on. Right on.
So,
Well, seeing that again, that's one of those things that are totally. Damian, Dwayne, Cordova, best metal show around. With you guys.
Thanks, man.
There you go.
Much love, brother.
That's awesome, man. And again, that's just cool because again, it's like there's just so much more when it comes to why I do what I do when it comes to shows like this and talking with guys like you. And I want people to see that there is something going on around here because we have lost so much sight of that.
Right.
And that's unfortunate.
There's so much great music around. I mean, you can go out, you know, every weekend and see a great band play around here somewhere, you know, between the Moose Lodge and AJ's. And I mean, even Brick Oven, you know, it had shows there for a while. And they stopped it for a bit, but they're trying to start opening up the floor again to start doing music. So looking forward to that because, I mean,
Well, definitely let me know when it happens because we want to get the word out.
well, and you know, part of how we've built some of our fan base is when you stay in a basement for 2 years like what we did, and no, I'm not going to play a show. No, we're not ready, and we were ready. We just weren't seasoned ready.
Right. You know, you
Next
only
thing you
get
know,
out
you
to
show up for
mistakes
practice,
and
and you got
you know.
15 or 20
Right.
people in there, you know, and that's just kind of how it started building. At one point, we had to, you know, start putting chairs out just to kind of keep them off our pedals, you know. So it's just kind of how it kind of ended up that way.
Well, see, and again, it's one of those things. It's like to get you guys, encourage you. Like I don't know, I haven't looked at your website. I apologize. I'm slacking on my end, been a little busy. But at the same time, you know, I would suggest, and this is like so non-metal, no, non-rock and roll, but I think it would be so cool for bands such as yourself who are having a very good run of success in the regional market and everything. Throw some blog tips up, man, for like these younger folks. You know, it's like when you talk about the networking aspect, take it to that next level. That next level. Give them that encouragement. Be the next Tony Robbins of metal. That would be awesome. And Bobby, you can actually go your full vocabulary out there.
All of it.
Oh, I could talk forever too.
I can.
I know.
Bobby's done so good tonight, ladies.
I know.
Before the show,
He's been holding himself back. Put him behind us to prevent him from going on.
Yeah.
Gotta give him a little bit of a leash.
So, and that's just really awesome. I guess we better wrap it up. It's like, you know, 8:37. I can keep going all night long myself if you guys want to keep rapping. I mean, you drove in from Berryville, so we won't make it way through.
Definitely appreciate you very much.
Buddy, this is great.
Make this show #1.
Sure.
Yeah. Because, yeah, again,
Share
it's all
lasting
about the
comments.
conversation, man. And I am so thankful to have had it, and I hope everything works out with like ESP guitars.
Oh, yes.
And it will.
You know,
The funny part is we can't even plug picks or anything like that because this guy doesn't even use guitar picks.
no, he plays all that stuff with no pick. When you in that previous clip where you heard the soloing,
Right on.
that's all fingers.
Plays with his fingers.
I couldn't play that stuff with a pick.
I don't understand it.
Most people can't play without it, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I mean,
We're
back once upon a time ago when I actually could still kind of sort of play, I was a non-pick guy too because they get in the way.
They
They
do.
get in the way. It's like they just
I
totally
feel
limit
like
you.
you do.
It's like I can hold my hand just like that on my own, and then when I don't need to hold it like that, I got freedom. So yeah, I totally.
Plus, it's one less
I
thing
appreciate
he's got to worry about too.
It sounds more
because-
colorful.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, he's tried several different guitars, but you know, the only way that he's been able to get the tone is actually off of that ESP that he's jamming. That's a custom shop. What's the whole story behind that one?
That I've had this guitar for about 8 years now. You don't want to know what I paid for it, but it's It's worth every penny. I had it custom built to my specifications. It's based off of a George Lynch model.
Well, that's awesome.
$4,000 guitar right there.
Spin around for the camera there, bud.
Right on. Well, see, and actually, that's a great point too, because
they're real good with making stuff that you want.
That's yours. Right
well,
there.
and speaking of that, the ESP to the other side, Jason's
Bobby's,
grabbed it. Every man has to sell his Camaro one
Bobby's
day,
guitar.
so I sold my Camaro and bought that and a honeymoon. Love you, Clarissa, and this guitar.
You said that with a lot of love.
I've had that one. That's a MH250. It doesn't take a battery. I've had it since I got married. So that is like the stay putter. It's a very good workhorse.
Well, and just a little note here to Sean Fate, saying that the background works very metal. You bet your bippity, buddy. That is an actual reproduction of the old school Johnny Carson set from back in the day. So that's not just metal. That is like straight up punk by today's standards. Because nobody else has got the cojones to pull this one off, brother. I tell you that. You know what I'm saying? And they look so
up
good.
my tie.
So, also, the lovely and vivacious Ty Carnellison says you guys look so pretty.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you, Ty.
Aren't you?
That's nice. Ty Carnellison, of course, of Southern Confession. So, a little shout out to those guys. And he may very well be here. So, be careful if you offer too many and too much love, because he might take you up on it. Soon.
We have a line of agents in front of me. We're fine.
So, but again, like I said, this could go on and on all night, man. I've really, really appreciated this conversation, fellas. And again, I hope that everyone takes the time to go to agentsofkhaos.com and
as well as your page, man.
Oh yeah, I'm all about the shameless self-promotion, but I want you guys to come back and let's talk some more, and let's
We'd love to.
again, like I said, because the show is still very small. We're working with a budget that doesn't exist, and that's cool because it'll grow naturally and organically. But I would love to get it to the point where we can actually get you guys set up. We'll do some stuff live and everything. I think that'd
Hopefully,
be fun.
because right now we're currently writing new material as well for our next album. So
already got five.
We're gonna be working on that album.
Hey man, you know what would be fun? And I don't know how we could pull this off, but with the current album you guys have, they just kind of plant the seed. We could do like a really cool like listen party.
Yeah,
That would be
definitely.
fun.
Totally down for that. Any kind of.
We'll bring the PA over and.
Yeah, we should totally do that. I don't know exactly where, but we could have some fun with that. And, well, maybe when we get closer to when you guys actually have the hard copies ready to roll, and then that would be fun, man. Just do a full-on event somewhere. Just cool.
You know, Dead Eddie's an option as well. He's got a great venue out there, and it's kind of like a little out there. You know, that way everybody can show up, and not really have to worry about the city lights and everything. You know, they can come out there and relax and actually listen to music in good times.
Right on. Now tell everybody about that place, because I
know
didn't know.
There's you know where the post office is in Dog
Marble Falls.
Marble Falls. You'll go like you're going to the hub, but you'll go behind two little old buildings right here, and when you get right there, we're right here.
Yeah.
And
he's got signs up now.
He's got signs up that says Dead Eddie, but if you'll go to the post office at Marble Falls and then turn around, you will see it.
Well, and hopefully the plan is that everybody and their brother will be there, so you'll see a lot of cars.
Yeah.
And, so that would be important, because if there are no cars, then.
And you know when we're there too, you'll see the big old yellow van.
Yeah.
Battle wagon.
Oh well, that's awesome. We didn't even get into that.
It doesn't have any trouble showing up.
Right on. Well, that's just all awesome.
It has trouble slowing up though, don't it?
Uphills.
Uphills. It gets there.
Well, when you put a full band like us in a van, it don't go very fast.
Yeah. Pedal faster.
Just
We make
Danny's
him
drum
leap
set
before us.
alone would be enough to like bog it down.
Right.
And then you got all the other cabinets,
It's
heads and whatever.
Well, it's got a full cage in there, so I mean, the only way that something's coming out of there is like, we're getting it out. Otherwise, you're gonna have to cut it out. There's no way. There's no windows. It's fully caged and everything. So.
Wow. So it's either very secure or a complete death trap.
Well, you can
Yeah.
you can
Well,
catch
that's on the edge.
it sometimes at brick oven parking lot, and if you do, go in and ask for Danny and say you want to sign the inside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have
both our back
thousands
doors.
of signatures on the
Both our
inside.
back doors are littered by fans signing
Yeah,
the door.
it's
Our
nuts.
goal is to get the whole van signed by everybody.
Again, being a child of the 80s, that is a terrifying proposition. Come over here and sign my van,
There's
kid.
no free candy.
There's no free candy.
Well, that was part of the gimmick.
That was part of the
part of the gimmick.
Free candy for signing.
Well, that's awesome.
Nowadays, it's free hotspot.
You need some Wi-Fi?
And right there is why we're not on broadcast. We just totally blew the PG-13 right there. Let us show you. We'll give you a free hotspot, kids. Wait, what? Yeah.
Might get more fans for that.
Sorry.
I think there's a few that maybe. So with that said, thanks again, guys. Let's wrap this thing up. We're gonna have you back. We'll do when you guys get the hard copy ready. Let's do something. Let's play. And again, like I say, anything's possible. Hey, how about say, Alicia? Let's tighten in over here. Give me one more good All-American Rumble, and we're gonna shut her out just like that.
Hey, wait, Johnny.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.